If you're looking for MUT coins to upgrade your MUT game, go to GameRusher.com for cheap and safe MUT coins. You can use my discount code HUB at the website. Use the first link in the description down below and get that upgrade to your game. What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another Giants video. This is going to be kind of a talking one, not really any update today. Of course, I'm going to get that out of the way on the Daniel Jones injury, the Daniel Jones situation. He still has yet to undergo the MRI, or maybe he already has undergone it. Whatever the case is, results are not out yet. I expect them to be out either later today, maybe in the night, or don't be surprised if we have to wait until tomorrow. I am going to talk about it, though. You know, this is just going to be me giving kind of my thoughts on it, and you know, the Bengals game, a little bit more takeaways that maybe I didn't get in the reaction video, and that's basically what this is going to be about. Of course, real quick, you know, sub the channel up, like the video if you're new, check out anything else on the channel, like the skits. Speaking of which, I tried to film the Giants fans after Cincinnati skit today by myself. Did not turn out that great. Turns out I found out the hard way that I actually need somebody to hold my phone for me and keep it still and keep it at the right angle. I'm not a good when it comes to filming myself, so I'm gonna have to wait for somebody to get home and help me with that. Should be up tomorrow though, so don't worry about that. It's gonna be a relatively quick one, and let's get right into it. So the Daniel Jones injury, and I guess really what I want to talk about was whether or not we're gonna get a new quarterback in here if he's gonna be out for an extended period of time. In my opinion, we should not do that. We should continue to roll with Colt McCoy, and I don't think Colt McCoy is the greatest backup quarterback, but he's not the worst backup quarterback either, and he looked very questionable on the field against the Bengals when he came in yesterday. I mean, there was like 2 or 3 throws that should have been intercepted. You know, Bengals cornerbacks just couldn't keep their hands on the balls. There was like one throw that was completely off point, and this is expected. Once again, he's a backup, but it's like, goddamn, Colt McCoy, can you have at least looked just a little bit better? And that's part of the reason why a lot of people are talking about, should we go out and get another veteran quarterback to come in here, like a Sam Bradford, or I've seen one, Drew Stanton. I think it was either Giants Wire or Giants Rush. One of their articles, they had 3 quarterbacks that they would bring in. Whatever the case is, just veteran QBs that can get the job done for, you know, a short period of time if we don't want Colt McCoy in here. And like I said, McCoy is definitely rusty. McCoy is definitely not your first choice for a backup QB, but we're going to stick with him. And the reason I think we should stick with him is because let's look at the situation. First of all, are we really going to go out there and spend resources on a quarterback when we bring in here that might not even get the job done? What's the job that we're trying to get done? Make the playoffs. We're trying to hold first place in the NFC East. We're trying to, you know, wait off the Washington football team, who I think is really our only real competition. But for the sake of the video, maybe we're also trying to wait off, you know, Dallas and Eagles. Maybe they somehow make a resurgence at the end of the season. Might be more realistic if Dallas does that, considering their easier schedule. But we're trying to hold this first place in this NFC East right here, which is not going to be easy. So that's why we're looking for a quarterback in the first place. Not as a backup one. I don't really think there's any backup QBs out there that I would put my money on and saying, yes, we will be relatively successful in our endeavor to keep first place in NFCs with that person. And on top of that, you actually have to give them money, even if it's a vet minimum. I don't know. I just think it wouldn't be a smart move for the Giants to go out and do that. Just stick with Colt McCoy. He is not the best, but he's not like that much worse than some of your other options out on the free agents market right now. In addition to that, and I am no doctor, I am by no means a medical professional, this is just my opinion on, you know, the injury thing. DJ is facing what looks to be a pulled hamstring. Once again, no MRI results are out yet. That thing could range anywhere from as short as a week missed to 8 weeks missed. From what I've read, and it really depends on the person. Now, I think he had an ankle sprain last year, very similarly around week 12, week 13 of last year's season. He only missed 2 weeks there. To be honest with you, I think that's the most realistic thing that could happen. I really think this would be an injury that makes him miss 2 weeks at most. And hey, maybe my blind optimism is bleeding in, and that's what I'm just really hoping for. But I think he might miss 2 weeks at most, and in that case, I'll be comfortable sticking with Colt McCoy. DJ could come back in right at, I think that would be the Browns game, because he would miss Seattle and the Cardinals, and we got Browns, Ravens, and Cowboys to end off the season. And maybe we could work a little magic there and see if something happens. Even if that's not the case, if he is out for the rest of the season, honestly, I'm happy with the performance of this team, and I will be extremely comfortable moving forward. Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna, comfortably bet on the Giants to win any of these games. Even that Cowboys one with Colt McCoy heading the offense. But I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be comfortable with it. The running game is the best that it's ever been in the entire season. Our receiving core has been the most healthy it's been the entire season. They've been. Yesterday it wasn't shown, but I think that has a little bit to do more with play calling than the players themselves. But they've been pretty reliable since week 8 and whatnot. The offense has been good. The defense, I don't even need to go out here and tell you all about it. You guys know I'm a huge fan of what Patrick Graham has done and all his assistant coaches. That defense is ready to make a playoff run, to be honest with you. So I just hope we keep them together in the offseason, and that's a whole other separate video by itself. I'm not worried about the defense, neither should you be. It's really just the offense here. And if DJ goes down for the rest of the season, I say just roll with it and see what the team can do. Maybe we make something out of nothing, or maybe we make nothing out of nothing and we finish the season 4-12, which wouldn't be that bad at this point, considering the considerable amount of improvement that we've seen from the New York Football Giants. We've seen so many great things, in these past couple of weeks from the team. And a lot of it has to do with coaching. A lot of it has to do with the players buying in, and I will be happy with that. And that would actually please some of the fans out there who don't even want to make the playoffs and they want a higher draft pick. If we somehow finish 4-12 because of DJ's injury, then we'll be in a nice position to take basically any player in the draft that we need, or we could trade down and get even more assets, because in this upcoming draft, the Giants only have, I believe, 5 or 6 total picks. So that's something, a little bit of food for thought there for you as well. And now I do admit, for the next thing I'm going to say, you can 100% say, this is, from this point of video, Kush's blue lens and complete biased opinion steps in. Because I think that we have a better chance than people realize, or that people may think, with DJ out, because of the way the defense is going, and because I think the defense is only going up from here. We're really easing back in the guys that returned last week. Xavier McKinney, for example, I think he maybe played like 0 to 2 snaps on defense. For the most part, I saw him only on special teams. Snap counts at the time of recording this video, I can't find any actual snap counts, but just by the eye test, man was not on the defense. They kept it on special teams, so they're easing him back in from his injury. Tay Crowder, who I actually expected to start a little, or if not start, have meaningful, a split of snaps between him and Devontae Downs. Tay Crowder I would say it was more of a 60-40, 70-30 type of split. Downs got a lot of the splits. Nico Lalo's also got a good amount of splits in there. So maybe they're easing Tay Crowder back in as well. Then, of course, there is one thing to talk about. Kyler Fackrell, I think, went down during the game. His injury, I'm waiting to get an update on that as well, and maybe I'll make another video on that. Depending on what happens with Kyler Fackrell, if he's back for next game, or if how many ever weeks he's out, that could affect the defense as well. But speaking about those two guys at those two positions, second middle linebacker and then, defensive back, however long it takes them to shift back in fully to the defense, I think is only going to help that defense overall. And I would never wish injury upon somebody, but because Kyler Fackrell went down during that game, and I think we could all agree Kyler Fackrell was a splendid pickup for the New York Giants on his one-year deal. He's doing an amazing job considering what we're paying him, and I love the dude. Wouldn't mind bringing him back, but because he went down, that's the reason why Jabal Sheard got a good amount of snaps towards the end of the game. And of course, it was Jabal Sheard that made that game-winning play, the sack strip fumble. And ever since we picked him up from, I believe it was the Colts practice squad, he's been having a good impact. So maybe this shows, in even when Fackrell does return, Sheard would get a good amount of snaps in there, because he's been pretty effective as well. So this defense, man, as crazy as it sounds, it's improving week by week even more than it already has. And it's like, yo, where's the ceiling? And I think that's the really, really exciting part of it. I already mentioned the running backs. A big part of that has to do with the offensive line. 0 sacks let up yesterday. Part of that definitely has to do with the fact that Cincinnati is not the greatest team when it comes to pass rush, but that offensive line looked great, and they gave a lot of time to both quarterbacks in the pocket. I think the Giants are just improving so much that maybe as a team, we can pull out a few stops with these next 5 games if the worst case scenario happens, and that is if DJ is out for an extended period of time. But let me know what you guys think. Put your comments down below. You know what I'm saying? Like the video up. Sure, the skit should be out tomorrow. That's it for now, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch y'all in the next one.